you very much for joining us. This is Serious Matters on ONIF TV. And of course, the matter we want to discuss today, now real serious matter. Now real serious matter. I don't want to talk Yoruba here because now, I know that cross-cultural, they watch this video. So let me just leave it. I will talk one proverb or one adage where people they talk for my village. You see, when you see strange things happen, you wonder what happens. I mean, when you let's take for instance, when you see a rat chasing a cat, you know there is a problem. I mean, something has gone wrong. Something is not right. When you see an antelope pursuing a lion, you know there is a problem. I mean, there is a problem. And recently, we've been going forth and back and forth with the reports of the Lagos panel, the Lagos judicial panel that was set up by the Lagos state government to do a thorough investigation into what happened on the 20th of October 2020, and that which was last year, and that's the NSAS, which involved the killing of people and all of that. And they came up with a report saying that about 9 persons were killed, with several others, some others missing, some with gunshot injury, and proofs with all evidences in place. And then the Minister for Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, came out to say that that the report is not true. He pointed out 10 faults from the report, which I'm not here to begin to, we are not going to go back on that because of our time. We'll just go straight to the matter at hand. Now, the point is this: the army has come up with a letter saying that police officers are killing the army. Police officers the police brutality is getting to the Nigerian army. That's strange. And you know what? It interests me. Why it interests me is because now that it is getting to the army, which is supposed to be the of all security of any nation, I think now we will resolve it. Because even with all the noise, there is still police brutality. It has not stopped. I mean, you see several videos on the internet, several videos showing people who are stopped by police officers on Third Mainland Bridge and so on and so forth. So these things are still real, they are still happening. So we've not gotten over police brutality. But now that it's coming from the Nigerian army, I think it will become a thing of interest. Interestingly, I'll be waiting, and of course, so many of us out there will be waiting for the response of the federal government through the Minister for Information on this one again, to come and tell us how true or what is really the matter. Somebody was saying earlier on today, is it the people in Lagos who did the reports, who were on ground when the thing happened, that committed an error? Or who is in Abuja? You are not in Lagos when the event took place. You are the one who had more details. And yet you say they banked on unverified fake news. You also said that the evidences that were brought to them, they were not thoroughly investigated. How did you investigate the evidences that were brought to you in Abuja? That if you are going to go by road, it's at least 9 hours. It will be more now because roads have deteriorated more terribly. And so by air, it's about 45 to 1 hour, 45 minutes, 50 minutes. And so the people in Abuja have better information. They have done a thorough investigation. Do you see how interesting it is? Let's see what the letter. I have the picture of the army, in a particular location, and so we also have the letter that was sent, that is in circulation and received by the press. And so let's see what is on the letter. Now, the Nigerian army says it has started an investigation into the killing and assaults on its personnel by officers of the Nigerian police force. I don't understand what this is. Assaults on the Nigerian army by the Nigerian police force. Now, wetin we go call am? Na jealousy we go call am, or wetin dey happen? No, wetin? In a letter dated 23rd November 2021 to all formations and units, the Chief of Army Staff called on military officers to forward all recorded incidences of police brutality against personnel of the Nigerian Army. So when we finish the investigation of all these videos, we will return to the videos of police brutality against Nigerians. As a matter of fact, I think we have more brutality by the police than even the Nigerian Army. Yes, I'm sure we have had several of them, and some of them, a lot of them have been dealt with accordingly. But I think we have had more police brutality, and the question that keeps coming to my mind is why? Why do we keep having police brutality and police brutality all the time? What for? Are we not all citizens of this country? Even you, who is a police officer, and I have lots of police officers who are my friends and who are, very wonderful people, very wonderful personalities. They command respect. And I hear a number of them, yes, it is true, but then not everybody is bad. Meet them on the road, I appreciate them, I celebrate them. But who are these ones? Who are these bad eggs that are just messing up Now, the letter exclusively was obtained by Sahara reporters, credit to Sahara reporters, was signed by Major General J.A. Ataguba, entitled Evaluating Incidences of Police Brutality Against Personnel of Nigerian Army. It is also mandated to evaluate and present evidence surrounding the circumstances and draw conclusions as to the validity of the complaints raised. The letter reads, the Nigerian Army is constitutionally tasked to provide aid to this friction, is occasionally led to bodily harm and in some cases death to our troops. This is in spite of the fact that the victims have been identified and established to be serving personnel. This department is therefore conducting an evaluation of these occurrences with a view to establishing the frequency and recommend possible remedial measure to stem the tide. Consequently, all Nigerian Army corps, formations, and establishments are please requested to forward all recorded incidences of police brutality against personnel of the Nigerian Army. The report should cover the last 2 years, return to reach this not later than 8th December 21st, 2021, and should be forwarded using enclosed format. Police brutality is common in Nigeria and was responsible for sparking the EndSARS protests in Nigeria last year. Well, Nigerian youths in October 2020 took to the streets to protest against extrajudicial killings and brutality by the police, especially by the units of the police known as the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Well, that is what you can see behind me. For in case you cannot read, if you can't view it properly, but that is what is on the letter that you can see to my left. Now, I would want every one of us to, as many as possible, please do share this video with others. Let us look at it together. And it has to stop. Police brutality has to stop. And if the army will also have to help us to check it. Because it is now getting to the army. If the whole of Nigerians, if all the Nigerian youths are telling lies, as claimed by the federal government through the Minister of Information, if everybody is telling lies, if people who have been sitting down for over 1 year, they have been sitting down to put together, to investigate, and they've come up with a report, and somebody sits down within a few weeks or within 1 week and comes up with his own reports. I really think that this is not the time, like I said earlier on in my videos as touching the report of the EndSARS panel in Lagos, that this is not the time to defend ourselves. The fact remains that people have lost their lives, people have died, and so many things have happened. And so, we should be looking at the remedial measures, not defending anything. We are wasting time. Well, drop your comments, and like I would always say, make it as civil as possible. You know, you can share this video with others. Let people drop their own opinions as touching this matter. Also, like I would always say, it's serious matters on ONIF TV, and like we always do here, we just pick on matters that touch the heart. And you know, like I'm saying, because this is a threat to national security. I'm serious. This is a threat to national security. Regardless of what the case is, we love the army, and I mean, we cannot afford to, you know, to lose guards to that extent where there is deformation or there is an issue with the Nigerian army. And so, let's look at it together. What is your opinion on the matter? And please just drop your comment. Like I would always say, make your comments as civil as possible. My name is Olukunle Abraham, and of course, this is Serious Matter.